Okay. Luke Campbell says if he hits Lomachenko, he can hurt him and get him out of there because he has the power to do it. Let's talk about it. Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell. This is an interesting fight stylistically. I am interested in this fight because we have yet to see Lomachenko be presented with any problems, and we have yet to see him solve any equations inside of that ring. For those that don't know what that means, I mean, you never seen Lomachenko had to dig or go in his toolbox to pull out a victory. For the most part, he does what he wants in the ring. He does it fluidly, and he does it effortlessly. So this is why I'm interested in this fight, because stylistically, Luke Campbell is a fighter who's actually has pretty good feet work. Pretty good feet work. That's some Deontay Wilder shit. Pretty good footwork. And the reason why this is interesting, because if there's one thing that you notice about Lomachenko and Tank Davis, their matchmakers or whoever make their fights, they make sure that they give them people that'll basically stand in front of them. They don't really match these guys up with movers. Especially you can see this with Tank Davis. Tank Davis, matchmaker, make sure that they keep Tank Davis away from boxers, people who can move. This is why people favor Shakur Stevenson to beat Gervonta Tank Davis, either right now or a few years from now, because he's a pure boxer, and a pure boxer can beat Gervonta Tank Davis. This is why they try to keep him away from pure boxers and keep him fighting people that'll mostly stand right in front of him. They keep him away from boxers. That's kind of the same thing. That's not kind of the same thing. It is the same thing with Lomachenko. Whether they're doing that unknowingly, which I doubt, I'm pretty sure all matchmakers, all trainers, and his fathers, they all know the fighter that can give their fighter a problem. You know, and for the most part, Lomachenko, just like Tank, he fights people that'll pretty much stand in front of him and doesn't have similar footwork or athleticism as him. This case is different, okay? Luke Campbell has athleticism and he has good footwork. He doesn't stand right in front of you, and he has an excellent punch selection, just like Lomachenko does. Lomachenko has a good punch selection. Luke is good with that jab. You know what I'm saying? He comes in with the jab, begins a combination, and ends with a jab. You know what I'm saying? So he makes sure he covers his ass when he's done letting off his combinations. You know what I'm saying? And he steps back with the jab. So he works everything off of the jab. That's a great thing for Lomachenko because he is very similar in that way. And it lets me know Lomachenko's not going to be able to go in there and do what he wants to do. Right now, fighting Luke Campbell, Lomachenko's going to have to dig and fight for what he gets, because he's going to have to try to get in on the inside of the longer man with the longer reach. That's why I say this is interesting, because this is the first time I will personally see Lomachenko presented with a problem that he has to solve, just like Teofimo Lopez had to solve it with the Japanese guy. That's why this is interesting. Now, most people would say, well, Campbell lost to Linares, so Lomachenko is going to beat him. It's funny how people apply the triangle theory and then they don't apply the triangle theory. And then they'll tell you styles make fights. Yes, Linares did beat Campbell, you know, but that doesn't necessarily mean it'll transfer over with Lomachenko, because you have to understand Lomachenko and Linares have different power. You know what I'm saying? And power plays a lot into this, because even if Luke Campbell cannot match Lomachenko's skill set, what equalizer that he does have is his power, okay? So he can hit Lomachenko and hurt him. So even if he can't outskill him, Lomachenko can't hurt anybody. His damage comes through accumulation and frustration. But as far as power, it's no secret that Lomachenko has no power. It's his only flaw that I can see of, you know. And it's funny because you can't even bring this up about the man without the fanboys like literally going into heart attack mode. Like, all I ever said is he doesn't have power. How is that a bad thing? Tyson Fury doesn't have power. How is that a bad thing? I mean, it's bad as far as, you know, not being able to get the job done, but, you know, everybody has something. You know what I'm saying? AJ doesn't have the best head movement. Deontay Wilder can't box. Dylan White is bow-legged and bad balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have something. But Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell, this will be the first time that I can see him presented with a problem, and he won't be able to dance around nobody like a ballerina and lay up on the ropes and do all these matrix tricks, because that's the issue with Lomachenko, and it's something that Max Kellerman tried to touch on. So I'm going to give you an example by using rap. My uncle put me up on Rakim, and he said, man, you think Jay-Z is nice? Listen to Rakim. He was the Jay-Z of our day kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And while listening to Rakim, it's no doubt that Rakim has mad skills. I don't know if any of you guys follow hip-hop, even listen to hip-hop, or even know who Rakim is. But Rakim has mad skills. But I said something to my uncle, and he looked at me funny, but he agreed. I said, this guy is so talented, he's boring. And my uncle looked at me like, you know what? You're right. Because like his word delivery, his rhyme play, his metaphors was like next to none. Like he's a level 10 rapper. But he does it so easy, so fluently, so effortlessly that his music was boring. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, the music is there. You know what I'm saying? All that. The lyrics is there. But he's so good, it's boring. That's what Max Kellerman was trying to tell people about Lomachenko. When you give this guy fights and you don't put a problem in front of him, it becomes boring after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to see him struggle. You want to see him have to reach. You want to see him have to. When you don't see that, it becomes boring. This is why Lomachenko, partly of why he's not such a bigger star than what he should. To tell you the truth, Lomachenko is barely a star. Barely. Now, I'm not going to be reluctant to say, I'm not going to call him, so I'm saying he's barely a star. You know, if you ask me, Lomachenko should have the star power that Conor McGregor had. Seriously. Lomachenko should have the star power that Conor McGregor had. But yet he doesn't. And part of that is because there's no fights that'll pull your interest in. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that makes Lomachenko attractive is he's a very skilled boxer who happens to be white. I mean, let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? Usually white guys don't usually fight like Cubans or Mexicans or blacks or Puerto Ricans or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Usually. You know what I'm saying? Usually. So when you see a white Eastern European boxer with a skill set like that, it's exotic. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Eminem rapping. And he actually has skill. It makes it even more intriguing. But other than that, more people should know about Lomachenko, regardless if he speaks English or not. Period. You know, but if you don't have the right dance partners, if you don't give them the right fights, if you don't make nothing challenging, something to be like, man, did you see that fight? What's the name? What's the name? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people know who Andre Ward is right now. And I'm talking about on a casual level because of the Sergey Kovalev fight. Getting dropped and picking yourself up off the campus. People talked about that. Hey, man, did you see Ward get dropped, then came back up and went? You know what I'm saying? That's actually how I became an Andre Ward fan. I was not a fan, really, to Andre Ward until I seen him get dropped and pick himself up off the canvas and dig and climb his way out of hell to pull out a victory. I was not an Andre Ward anything. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward was not somebody who landed on my radar. He's not somebody I looked at as an exciting fight. He's not none of that. But that Kovalev fight is what made me an Andre Ward fan. And I became a fan from then on. So that's why it's important to get these guys challenges, man. And Lomachenko definitely needs a challenge because he just seems so far ahead of everybody, you know, that he fights, which in return makes his fight what? Boring. Boxing is boring when it's predictable. Fights are exciting when you don't know. You know why a lot of people are interested in Errol Spence and Sean Porter? Because you really don't know. Sean Porter could actually beat Errol Spence. So you really don't know who really will win that fight. Errol Spence ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? He talk about smoke and mirrors, but he's the real smoke and mirror, but I'll digress on that. But he's not all that. Boxing is more exciting when, oh no, I can't pick it. I can't. Boxing is not exciting when you have Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. That's not nothing, you know what I'm saying, and nothing. Boxing is exciting when it's Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. Oh my God, I don't know. I got to see it. That's when fights are exciting. So that's why it's important to give him the right kind of matchups. And to me, this is the first time stylistically he's going to be fighting somebody with a similar skill set and is going to present a problem that he has to overcome with that range and reach. And Luke Campbell is not no stick in the mud, and he can stick and he can hurt Lomachenko. But I seriously doubt Lomachenko can hurt Luke Campbell or knock him out or get him out there. Could he frustrate him to the point he don't want to fight? Yes. But as far as hurting somebody, no. He just doesn't possess it. He's too small. His frame is too small. Or the guys just didn't gift him with power. They gave him everything else but power. You know what I'm saying? Be that as it may. But that's why this fight is interesting. That's why this is one fight of Lomachenko's that I'm actually looking for. You know what? There's only 2 fights I really checked in on Lomachenko on. The Nicholas Walters fight. No. Yeah, the Nicholas Walters fight and the Guillermo Rigondeaux. This will be the 3rd time that I'm actually going to show a genuine interest in his fights, because this is a fight that I think he has the potential of losing. So does that make sense? Like, I want to tune in when I'm not sure if you'll win or not. You know, that's boxing, and that's why it should be important. But to me, I think this is a great fight. I like Campbell's energy. I want to see how Lomachenko does. And I will say this before I go. All those people who are very and extremely judgmental of a young and upcoming fighter by the name of Teofimo Lopez when he fought that Japanese guy, I hope you guys keep that same energy when Lomachenko fights Campbell. Because if he struggles or if he has a hard time, you guys make sure that you gave him the same kind of criticism and judgment that you gave Teofimo Lopez. Because the crazy thing about Teofimo Lopez is he didn't even have a bad fight. That was just a fight where he didn't get to do what he wanted to do. Okay? He was presented with a challenge. And I'm not sure, but I believe that Japanese guy reach is longer than Campbell's. Somebody look it up and let me know, but I'm almost certain that his reach is longer. But that was just the first time he wasn't able to go in there and do what he wanted to do. But he still had a good performance. But people talk shit about him, saying he's this, he needs to slow down. He don't need no Lomachenko fight. But nobody had anything to say about Pedraza making Lomachenko look like Rocky the Raccoon. And Tank Davis got this guy out of there way before Lomachenko did. And he didn't take no facial bruises or scars doing it. But everybody wanted to glaze over that. But nonetheless, when it comes to this fight, I got Lomachenko. But if Lomachenko comes in here slacking or think he can do that ballerina stuff with this guy, he will lose. If Campbell comes in there, the only thing Campbell needs is confidence. He doesn't need to have all the skill set. His skill set is enough. His skill set is enough. And to tell you the truth, his skill set ain't bad at all. My man, like I said, he has a great punch selection. The kid is nice. You know what I'm saying? He's great on his feet. He's young. And he's motivated. So the only thing he needs to do is have the right mindset. And he can pull out the win. Easy. You know what I'm saying? He may be able to knock Lomachenko out. If he can catch him, like I said, he can't hurt him. But I'm still favoring Lomachenko because I just think the guy's just special. He's just ordained. He's just the one. Literally, he's just the one. You know? But like I said, I don't know, but I will be tuned in. You guys tell me what you think. And be honest. Don't be in the comment section just on some fanboy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, be honest. If you think, I don't know, I mean, Lomachenko might have a problem here, I mean, just go ahead and say it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if you view your hero as mortal. You know what I'm saying? It's quite all right. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. I think this is a great matchup. It's a great fight for Lomachenko. And like I said, I'm just interested. You know what I'm saying? And I'm usually not interested in his fights at all. But this is one fight that I'm interested in. But my head pick, I'm going with Lomachenko. And my heart pick, Lomachenko. You know, I can't really say Campbell because I really don't. It's just more interesting if Lomachenko wins. But if Campbell wins, I mean, that's interesting too. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be a rematch and Lomachenko will finally have a little legacy thing going on here, which might be good for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he needs something at this point, especially if he just spoke about retiring. And I really don't want him to retire no time soon because I haven't got enough out of the guy. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Anyways, video longer than what I want it to be, but it is what it is. Bruce Vane, I'm out.